The ICM is based in the Netherlands, in The Hague, a city called The Hague, the Netherlands, and is continuing to grow and continuing to move forward with our theme of strengthening midwifery worldwide. And the world needs midwives now more than ever. As we approach 2015, the year of the goal for the Millennium Development areas, we look more and more at the situations in our various countries and locales and how we are doing. But not just as a symbol. We look toward that to see how we can improve our quality of care and how we can improve preventive services and how we can ensure that no more will women be dying for the cause of pregnancy and childbirth. No woman should die giving life. And so as we move toward 2015, we also look toward our global standards that the ICM has developed for education, for regulation, core competencies, and for Midwifery Association to strengthen not only who we are as a profession, but to strengthen and improve the quality of care that we give to mothers and babies. We are very, very proud at the ICM headquarters, and I like to say that in this moment we have a sort of Caribbean connection. Of the ICM, Francis Day Stirk, is Jamaican. The Secretary General is from Antigua. And the Vice President, can you guess where the Vice President is from? She's from Guyana. My stepdad was Haitian, the late Mr. Destiny was Haitian. So I think we have quite a bit of interest in the Caribbean. And in particular, Guyana. Guyana for us has become a focus country in the Caribbean because we want to see you grow strong and we want to see you strengthen your resolve to improve maternal health in your country. Now, in April of this year, we gathered in Trinidad about 17 countries to form the Caribbean Regional Midwives Association, of which, of course, Guyana is a part. And so through that regional body, as we get established, and of course through the headquarters of the International Confederation Midwives, we resolve to help you to do as much as we can to strengthen your association as part of the region, but also as part of a worldwide effort. The ICM has 4 worldwide regions: the Americas, which includes North America and the Caribbean, Europe, Africa, and Asia Pacific. And each region has representatives, 2 representatives. I am the rep for North America and the Caribbean, and we have a representative for Latin America. So we want to see you engaged, we want to see you involved in the Caribbean midwives efforts, we want to see you involved in the international efforts. We would like to see your participation, not only countrywide, but when we have regional activities as well. We are continuing to work with your leaders here. We've been in discussions with Mr. Patrick and Mr. Ben, and then recently the Minister of Health, to talk about continuing education programs, to talk about improving the quality of services, and to see midwives rise up as leaders of maternal health. Now, we all work together as a team. We have our physicians, our obstetricians, we have pediatricians, we have nurses, nursing assistants. We all make a team. But the midwife really, in many ways, is the head of that team. The person who should stand up and be able to say to any member of the team that this is what should be happening with this woman and this baby. We can no longer sit back and just be an observer, but we have to stand up and take leadership. We can no longer sit back and say, well, the doctor knows he's the one or she's the one that is in charge. We can be in charge of the woman's care. And if we don't sit at the table and work with decision makers and work with leaders in healthcare and make sure that women have the best quality of care that there is, then who will do it? So you, all of you sitting around this table, many of you are leaders in your own right. We have people like Sister Paris and Sister Tracy who are struggling by themselves very often to teach midwifery students. We have people in the hospitals who are preceptors. But it is you who are sitting around at this table, and I'm so proud to see so many of you who will take up the reins and make sure that we are producing good quality midwives in our schools, and make sure that those of us who are practicing in the hospitals and health centers and health posts provide the very best quality, not only in this country, but in the region. So we'd like to encourage you. We at ICM have a mandate to strengthen midwives and midwifery associations. We will work with you. A little later on, I'll give you my contact because I want to hear from you. We want to see what it is that you'd like to do that we can assist you with, and working with the Ministry of Health and partners like the UNFPA, we want to assure that you get where you want to be. And lastly, I'd like to encourage you to stay engaged and participate in several things. One is your own association here in Guyana. You know, there's lots of work that needs to be done. And while it's very, very wonderful to come to the annual conference, please don't let the leaders of the association only see you once a year and only hear from you once a year. Please be engaged throughout the year as volunteers are needed, as help is needed for various activities. Secondly, I would like to see you involved in the Caribbean Regional Midwives Association. Newly formed, just a few months old, just a newborn baby, but volunteers are needed to be on committees, to be on calls, to develop programs such as continuing education. We're working now to make available and accessible online continuing education programs for everyone in the region. I would also like to see you involved in other regional activities such as the upcoming Professional Midwives Regional Conference in Ecuador, which will be at the end of April of next year. And then the largest international event for the International Confederation of Midwives is the Triennial Congress, which occurs every 3 years. And the last one, which was in last year, was the very first time the Congress was held in Africa with over 3,000 midwives from around the globe. And I think that other than Mandy, who represented Guyana, there were about 35 midwives of those 3,000 from the Caribbean, and 34 of them came from Trinidad and Tobago. So I would like to see that change in 2014. International Congress in Prague in the Czech Republic. So we'll talk about that later, but I want to hear from you. I said yesterday to the leaders of the association that I would like to see and hear from all of you in between the congresses, in between the big high-profile events. I would like to hear how we can be of assistance and how we can provide encouragement and support and resources. But I would like to hear from you. As much as I enjoy talking with Mandy and Maria and Tracy and Mr. Patrick and Mr. Ben, I would like to hear from you. I will give you my contact. That is my role. I'm here for you. I want to hear what you want to do and how we can help you do it. So congratulations to all of you again. I wish you a successful conference, and I'm very, very happy to be here in Guyana.